Hey everyone, this is Sebastian. I just saw this awesome retweet by Surma about this cross-browser Houdini worklets. I have never used them before, but I was immediately intrigued by what you can do there. So if you go to Houdini How, you will see that this is a tool to actually basically write your own CSS rendering code and then use CSS to use JavaScript to render backgrounds and stuff as CSS. So basically, as a web developer, you declare um, um, a property and add some CSS properties to it, and using this instruction over here, we tell the browser to use so-called worklets, which basically is JavaScript code in the end, to render funky stuff into div elements. They can be parameterized and then use just as if this was some funky CSS rule that you had in your browser. So I've never used this before, so take all of this with a grain of salt. But I was immediately intrigued to because of the possibilities. As you can see, there's quite widespread support among the different browsers. So the modern, basically it's the modern Chromium, and there's polyfills for Safari and Firefox. I hope Firefox and Safari will get this support soon too. But then that would really mean that we get this awesome performance and feature into the web platform. So obviously, I want to play around with this, and because I'm into doing graphics with our Y-Files diagramming library, I would like to now basically take you along the ride to see how I do my very first Houdini experiments and see whether I can put Houdini into rendering these nodes in this Y-Files graph. So Y-Files is a graph rendering which allows you to define your own rendering. And since this is basically Wi-Fi supports WebGL canvas, but at its core it's mostly using we recommend using SVG. So, and SVG of course supports CSS, so it should be supporting this cool feature. So what I'm trying to do is modify this demo, which shows how to create a custom visualization for a node, so that instead of, well, showing this boring visualization, we have some Houdini rendered CSS SVG styled CSS styled SVG as the node visualization. So okay, so I already opened this custom style tutorial, the very first step that we have that shows how to create your own visualization. Let me just show you how that works. So there's this JavaScript class. In this case, I'm using TypeScript, but it could also be JavaScript, of course. And basically, there's one function that's really important. Let's get rid of all the stuff that we don't need. There's only just one function, and that's called create visual. And now let's get rid of all of this. We don't need that. And the create visual function is meant to basically create a visual, which is a Y-Files class, and visual in this case is just a wrapper around an SVG snippet. So as you can see, we were creating a group element, which is just an SVG, regular SVG group element, and then we could just do this the same. We're not using any frameworks here. We're just doing raw JavaScript creation. So let's create a rectangle and append that rectangle to the group, and let's give it some size initially with base value is we use that size from the node, and so the same for the height. So, okay, and then we append that to the group, and the group is translated to the location of the node. So that should, I guess the default of a rectangle is just the black filled. So let's see whether this results in the, yeah, so in the visualization. So this is now my SVG snippet added to the DOM, and now we're going to style this rectangle to add some Houdini graphics. Let's look at this funny visualization. So let's inspect the demo first. Oh, it's using some glitch. The other one was probably, the other one I just checked was using some CodePen, Paintlets, Heroku app. So how does it work? Oh, that's too complicated. I want a simpler one. That's just a CodePen. Let's look at this one. Okay, so now this is rendering these kind of like underline. And so what it does, it loads the worklet, and just copy this one over here and put that into our project, into our main HTML file, so that it gets loaded. Just add this one over here. So this is just an npm module loaded via unpackage extra CSS super online.js. So that should be available at runtime, because obviously they're not using any JavaScript. So there must be some CSS rules. Okay, so this is adding to some to the h1 rule, and yeah, it looks like this is all you need to do. Well, that's really awesome. So this is how you include the worklet. Let's just see whether we can get this to work in our app too. So we add some style structures over here. So WebStorm doesn't understand this yet, but let's see whether it works in my case. What is there? So let's just, so there's, I got an H2 over there. So let's see whether this actually does something. Yeah, that I got this worklet running. So first step done. Now next step, add this to the rectangle. So instead of using H2, we are now going to, well, let's see whether we can just, if we have an SVG over here and it has a rectangle with a width of, yeah, something 40, height 50, and then let's just see whether styling works for this. And let's give that a class, funky. And now just do funky. So that should, it's not called background, it's called fill in SVG. So yeah, this is going to render an underline. Maybe we'll have to try something else, but let's see what happens, whether something happens. So there's a rectangle, should be under, I think the default size is 100, so that should work. There's my rectangle. Unfortunately, there's no paint in there. Maybe that's because it's an underline. Let's see whether the browser tools understand that there's something in there. Okay, invalid property value, that's pity. Fill, paint. Maybe it doesn't work with SVG yet. So let's see what Google has to say. Worklet, CSS worklets SVG. Including SVG paint-worklets. SVG rect. Still brand new stuff. It's fill, isn't it? So let's do fill equals blue. See if that's, yeah, that would work. So, but now let's see whether we can just do maybe that. Well, probably doesn't work either, but let's try. Oh, let's get rid of the funky clause. So here we go. Okay. So doesn't recognize the fill attribute, obviously. No Houdini, no CSS worklet support for rects for SVG elements. What a pity. Red. This works over here. Oops. Let's try it this way. So green. Yeah, that should work. But now paint extra. What's his name? Super under. Right. Doesn't like my. Says it's invalid. Oh, come on. So your definitive answer. CSS, houdini, SVG support. With flags, yeah, let's see. Okay, so now that's something else. So we have, yeah, that's using SVG inside the worklet for the path property, but this is not what I was looking for. But SVG, it's always the last word that's missing in a Google hit. Yeah, that's the same thing we had. No. Oh. I hope it's not just because of the sample that I chose. Is there anything? Is there a search option over here? About property labels directly in CSS as backgrounds, borders, masks, and more. Yeah, what's more? So this is how you specify the rendering code, and this is how you apply it. But this also it's just HTML5 elements. No SVG examples. I don't think the background image property will work in. Does it work in SVG? So far I've been mostly using the native SVG properties and not so much the CSS. Oh, well, let's just try. So where's our example? So it's not that I can do like background. It doesn't work, does it? Well, at least it's not complaining, but let's do some how's the there's no blue in there. I don't think you can use background for rectangles. Yeah, but SVG, fill, houdini, CSS. And that's just the regular SVG fill. Purples? No. Oh, come on, that would have been so great. Let's just layout. I want to see SVG. I want to see Houdini worklets running for the elements in SVG. I want to include like HTML elements inside my rect. I want to keep the SVG clean, SVG elements, but using these I think paint servers it's called. So let's try another one. Maybe we were just unlucky, but let's see. So this is just background paint. So where's the other examples? Just got rid of it. So samples. Paintlets hero collab. What's this? Yep. Let's pick this one. Circuits. Want to see the source code? Yeah, there it is. Oh, there's no register paint. I think that's basically that's the new API that's in there. Let's just see what happens if we add this one over here. There's some script and register the paint. So this is how you register. That's a class, the constructor, and this is the paint method it's going to be called. And then we need to call register paint, which at least in my browser should be available, I guess. Let's just see whether it will complain upon loading. Ooh, register paint is not defined. Okay. What a pity. So how does it work? Register paint. Global register paint. Is it a window? Where's register paint? So how do you register the paint worklet? That should be in here somewhere. Background image, paint worklet. How you CSS paint worklet add module. Okay, it needs to be loaded like this. Oh, that's okay. So register paint is only available as this module. Yeah, why not just try this? Maybe that works. like paint worklet. So, and I'll add paint worklet. Oops, worklet. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay. So I hope it's available in here. Let's just reload this. Let's see whether it complains. Where's my DevTools? Looks like it's running. Now let's try the new paintlet. The name was circuits. First, let's just try it over here. So that should be just like background. What was the paint circuits? Like this? No. What's the way that you... Where's that thing? Oh, that's the wrong one. So let's take the sidebar. Background, paint, circuits. Like this, maybe? No. How do you apply that? What's this example before? Fill paint, it's just the name, paint. Something extra. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Doesn't want that, so let's circuits. So that seems okay. Probably it's the wrong size. How's the example? How's that working? So let's just get back to the let's see how that works. Background image paint circuits, yeah, that's how they did it. And paint circuits. Oh, maybe there's a fill for my where is it? Let's just add another div in here. Div with 50 pixels, height 50 pixels, and background paint circuits. Okay, that works great. What's wrong with my worklet? So it tries to get some tile size and thickness. Maybe they need to be specified or some defaults in there. Input properties, circuits tile size, circuits thickness, circuits color. Oh yeah, could be. Just how do you specify the defaults? It's probably going to be like undefined. So let's try circuit thickness and so on. Oops. So here's my div. There's my background. And now let's do circuit tile size 50 pixels, I don't know. And circuits thickness, oh my god, 3 pixels. And circuits color red, so maybe we get to see something. Circuits color, tile size, thickness, looks okay. Fingers crossed. Yeah, there's something in there. Probably smaller. And let's just make things larger. Yeah, okay, so that works. So next step, get this into the rectangle. So let's just, oops, width, I don't know width and height anymore. Background is probably not going to work, but, or maybe. No? Yeah, but fill probably doesn't work either. Come on. Ah. Damn it. It's not my mistake, or is it? Okay, now, yeah, that's a pity. So worklets don't work with SVG, at least not in my version of my browser. Yeah, sorry, that's it. But now at least you got to see how easy it is to use Houdini, but not how it works with SVG. Well, I'll keep you updated. Bye bye.